Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. Will you come closer? No reason to be afraid. I was just doing some drugs. Would you like some? Yes, good.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. My name is Keeganers Patrick Signer. And don't be like this guy. Drugs in the real world are really bad, actually. But what about in Star Wars? Actually, they're significantly worse. Today we're going to talk about what Star Wars is really all about. Hard narcotics. Today we're going to peer into the shady underbelly of the galaxy and find out what's really going on in all these fancy clubs and cantinas. And through all of Star Wars, I think there is just one man who represents such scum and villainy. A man who's made a name for himself in the largest city in the galaxy. A man who dispenses some of the most killer substances on the market. A man with a silver tongue and a sales pitch of iron. This is an ode to Elan Sleazebaggano. His name is Elan Sleazebaggano. Now you may notice on my super awesome t-shirt here that it says Elan Sleazebaggano and not Elan Sleazebaggano. That's because Sleazebaggano is his God-given name, but believe me, he's Sleazebaggano to his friends. Now, Mr. Sleazebaggano is what is referred to on the streets as a slithmonger, which means he's running spice. Spice is the drug of Star Wars, and there's lots of different variations to it. You could smoke it, you could eat it, you could inject it, you could boof it if you wanted to. Pick your poison. However, most of them are pretty bad for you, and you probably shouldn't take them. Or at least that's what a total narc would say. Today we're getting into it. I got 5 types of spice for you. Elan is my goddamn hero. Let's go. All right, now first up we got Rill. Rill is a highly addictive hallucinogenic, which is mined from an ore on the planet Ryloth, which is where all the Twi'leks are from. So essentially, a bunch of drug pins would go there, make it the drug, get everyone addicted to it, and then sell them into slavery. That is number 1. Number 2 is Glitterstim. Glitterstim is twice as powerful as Rill, and even gave you a telepathic boost in heightened mental state. Whoa. It comes from the spice mines of Kessel. But unlike lame-ass Rill, which comes from an ore, Glitterstim comes from the webs of giant killer energy spiders. These spiders live deep in caves and live in complete darkness, and if any light at all is exposed to their webs, you can no longer use them to make Glitterstim. Plus, the main diet of the spiders are these little creatures that get stuck in the webs and emit light, and the spiders have been known to mistake any light source as its prey, so if you turn on a light, they immediately try and eat and kill you. And if that wasn't enough, these spiders can absorb most forms of energy, so if you shoot it with a regular blaster, it just gets a nice little appetizer before it gets to eat you. I mean, if people are going through all that for some Glitterstim, that's gotta be some pretty primo stuff. But you know what's even better? Number 3, Glitter Rill. Now this is when you combine Glitterstim and Rill. And you could just mix them together, but where's the fun in that? Now, spice miners would take the energy spiders away from Kessel and then bring them to Ryloth and just feed them a bunch of Rill. And if you did it right, the spider's webs would produce Glitter Rill, which is, I guess, is just better than Glitterstim. Now, a side effect from doing this is that the energy spiders grew to even bigger sizes. So, in order to get this drug, you had to fight off massive, drugged up energy spiders that are completely immune to blasters, completely in the dark. Think about that next time you're at the dispensary. Be grateful. Be grateful for what you have. Now, moving away from spider-related drugs is number 4, a drug called Lasai. Now, Lasai is not a drug to joke about. You get it from scraping off the purple moldy gunk of lizards who live in stinky plants. Now, people would take this purple mold, rub it on their necks like this, and then they literally did not have to sleep anymore. Which essentially meant that your lifespan was increased by a third because as long as you were taking Lasai, you were just awake forever. So it was super expensive, and because of that, a lot of Lasai addicts were the elite upper class. But the crazy part is that the government told the public that if you take Lasai, it inhibits the moral compass of your brain and makes you evil. However, it is heavily implied in the story that they are actually lying, and it's just to gatekeep poor people from living longer and becoming rich. Star Wars is just like real life! Now, being a slithmonger, Elan is very well versed in the world of spice, but there is one product that he peddles better than all the others. A drug so powerful that on the official Star Wars website, it lists it as Elan's weapon. Ladies and gentlemen, in the words of Elan Sleazebaggano, do you want to buy some death sticks? That's right, baby. Number 5, death sticks. But what really are death sticks? I'll tell you. Thank you for asking. Because we don't really get a good look of them on screen, and because they're clearly a George Lucas epic early 2000s jab at smoking, a lot of people think that they're like cigarettes, but they're actually a bit more versatile. Like most spices, it can be used in a lot of different ways, but most famously in a liquid form, which could be injected or added to drinks. And the reason I haven't showed them on screen yet is because they're just fucking glow sticks. Sorry, no wonder they're called death sticks. Elan, you're not supposed to drink those, buddy. But say we give in to our primal childhood desires and crack open one of these bad boys, what's gonna happen to us? Well, they give you a strong high with nice hallucinogenic effects, and it warps the world around you into a mess of pretty colors. Which, cool enough. But why are they called death sticks? Well, each dose of death sticks you had would remove a significant chunk of your lifespan, with each hit snowballing the effect even further. But the horrible part is that they're extremely addictive, so people would take one and then keep looking for their next death stick and just lose their entire life. And if they even wanted to recover from their addiction, which most of them didn't, it would cost thousands of credits, which they probably didn't even have. Want to hear the most metal thing in the world? In Legends, Luke's great-grandson, Cade Skywalker, would take death sticks to get Force Ghost Luke out of his head and then use Force healing on himself to keep him from dying. I mean, get owned, Luke. I don't want to be a Jedi. I want to do death sticks. Yes! Now, this is where our friend comes into play. Now, Elan here is what is known as a Balasar. He comes from the planet of Balasar, and death sticks are made from the Balo mushroom. See? Star Wars is easy. Balasars are a humanoid species, but they have two antenna palps on the top of their head, which gives them advanced sensory information. Now, Balasar, much like Ryloth, became a not good place to live after all the drugs happened, so the Twi'leks and the Balasars, instead of, like, bonding over this mutual hardship, they actually just fucking hate each other. Death sticks were stepping on real sales, so, I mean, what do? You gotta hate them. Unlike the Twi'leks, however, Balasars actually have a unique advantage over their drug. Balasars have an innate immunity to all of the negative effects of death sticks. Sure, they could get addicted, but their life was never in danger from death stick consumption. Because of this, Balasars became one of the primary dealers of death sticks because they could just take it and be fine. But it would be so funny if, like, Elan just didn't know and was just like, guys, you gotta try this, and then all of his friends died. Now, like most characters that are gonna be featured in the series, Elan is on screen for a total of about 15 seconds. He's from Attack of the Clones and is in the club scene where Obi-Wan and Anakin are looking for Zam, the assassin who's trying to kill Padme. Obi-Wan goes up to the bar, and that's where our boy gets the shine. Play it.
You wanna buy some death sticks?
You don't want to sell me death sticks.
I don't want to sell you death sticks.
You want to go home and rethink your life.
I want to go home and rethink my life.
Elan, what are you doing? Where are you going? Okay, maybe I hyped him up a little too much. Now, for the rest of Elan's story, this is where Legends starts coming into play. So if you don't know what that is, watch my first episode, you fake fan. Now, some of the elements of the spices that I was talking about are also legends. For example, the energy spiders don't look like this. They look like this. See? Much better. If you want to learn more about other funny types of spice, I recommend watching St. Million's video on it. I'll link it in the description. It goes over a bunch of other ones I didn't, and it's a great video. You should go watch it. Anyway, new Star Wars stuff doesn't really have spice in it because Disney doesn't want to talk about drugs, so I get that. But because of that, most of the legend stuff is probably canon now, so that's cool. You get my official Keeganer's seal of approval that you probably are canon. Good job, Spice. You did it. But as I was filming this, though, the Obi-Wan show came out, and that had drugs in it, so good job again, Disney. You did it. Now, let us discuss the ultimate fate of Elan Sleazebaggano and what happened after that fateful night at the Outlander Club. Let's start with what happens in Legends. Elan in Legends starts his career by stealing medical supplies from the University of Coruscant and selling it to this guy. Big shout-outs to Hatlow. Not getting an episode, though. Elan even had some dealings with the Fets. He tried to sell Jango Fett a pair of Rancor nail blades, which Jango Fett did not buy. He did, however, make a sale to young Boba Fett, in which he sells him a saber dart, which Boba Fett used in a failed assassination attempt of Mace Windu. And I know it's probably not his fault, but it would be so funny if the reason Mace Windu survived was because Boba Fett bought his stuff from Elan Sleazebaggano. I love Elan so much. He's my funny little drug dealer man. What's he gonna do next? In his last Legends appearance in the comic Evasive Action Recruitment, you see Elan on Coruscant handing out pamphlets talking about the dangers of death sticks. Okay, well, that's Legends, so you know that doesn't happen. What happens in canon then? Okay, Elan does show up again in canon in the 25th issue of Star Wars Adventures. He's seen on Coruscant, okay, and he's smiling, holding the hand of his own child, implying that when Obi-Wan told him to rethink his life, he did. Oh. I need a minute. Man, who represents such scum and villain. But how? I don't want to be a Jedi. I want to do death stick. He's changed? Elan is my goddamn hero. What am I to do? Maybe he's right. Maybe spice dealers and slavery and stealing from colleges, maybe that's all bad. Maybe even drugs are bad. Well, Elan, I trust you. You're my hero. But if you'll allow me, just one more for the road. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there. And, you know, where would we be without the classics? Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be awake. Thank you so much for watching my video. Big shout outs to St. Million for that spice video and inspiring me to do all this, so go watch this video. He's great. If you could, please hit the bell icon. I know you want to do all that YouTube stuff down below. And if you could, share this video with someone who you think would like it. It would go a long way. So my next video is not going to be Star Wars themed. It's going to be something else themed, but don't worry, more Ode To's are coming if you like it, so, or whether you like it or not, really. So thanks again for watching. See you guys next time.